Hello again. This is going to be my second video for my breast cancer treatment. I just went for my second chemotherapy infusion and wanted to share with you what was the effect, because everybody keeps saying you're gonna have different side effects, your body is different, and I'm doing different things. First of all, I want to share that I did lose my hair the third week of the first chemo treatment, but that's okay. After lots of tears, we shaved it because it was falling down so much. So I'm gonna wear a wig over my video. I still don't feel comfortable showing my bald head because that was very painful. Sometimes the emotional side of breast cancer treatment and beating the breast cancer is more harmful than the physical part, and so far this was my result. Emotional was harder than physical, but I am keeping positive. And before I start telling you what happened after the first chemo treatment, what was my side effects, because there were a few, I will be painting another art. This is a dolly that my mom did, and it's very special to me because my mom passed away last year, so I wanted to have this on my wall. I'm going to paint it with my magic paints. As I told you in my previous video, I own a business that I make color changing paints that change with the sun exposure, and I have also paints that change with heat. They're heat sensitive, they're also called thermochromic, but for easier I call them magic paints, and they're universal. They work on all types of surfaces. So today I'm going to be painting my mom's dolly, and after that, after it dries, I will transfer it to Canva. But to be sloppy and not being careful on the edges, I just put it all over a white paper so I can be painting carelessly while I'll tell you my story. It's an amazing art therapy for me, and while I'm painting, I just go in a different world. It's amazing how the brain works and how small things like this can transform us in a different world, the art therapy. So I can actually tell you without thinking my pure and honest experience with breast cancer. And since I wear reading glasses, I will put them on and start painting. So last time, my treatments, I was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma stage 3 on the left breast, and after biopsy my results came positive for 11 centimeters on my left breast, and it was positive for lymph, my lymph on the left side. So this is what I'm treating: 11 centimeters tumor on my left breast and my lymphs also. Thank God none of my organs were affected. It didn't spread in any other organs. So I'm very grateful about that, because bones, liver, stomach, intestines, it was all clear. And I'm just treating the breast and the lymph nodes. So after the first week, they put on my shoulder, right here on my shoulder, a white box that is going to release white blood cells or some medications that is going to support my immune system. And I believe that the side effects from this medication, which what caused me to get extremely fatigued and tired, and basically I couldn't get out of bed, it was on day 4. So my first treatment was Tuesday, and the day when I felt absolutely terrible, could not get out of bed, was Saturday, day 4 after the immune injection was released in my system. So I took some Claritin, as the doctor said, and probably like a day I couldn't get out of bed. The next day I could get out a little bit, but slept most of the day. So it was really bad for the first 2 weeks. To be honest, the 2 weeks I couldn't taste anything. I couldn't eat. I couldn't taste the food. Nothing tasted good. I cooked my favorite things, and it's still, my taste buds were so messed up. So that's okay. Thank God. Thank God it passed. And week 3, I was back to normal. Week 3, I went to my regular walks, 30 minutes every day. I walked around the neighborhood, and by Thursday I felt absolutely amazing, and I went on a trail and I did 5 miles run on the trail, which was so amazing for the brain to see that everything shall pass. Everything shall pass. I somehow passed the medicine through my body, and it got cleared. And I also saw effect on the left breast, that is like target the medicine that I'm taking, the 4 medicine that I mentioned in my previous video. They're targeting the tumor, so I could see how the tumor is shrinking. So that was so nice. And the 3rd week I was back to normal, and after the 3rd week it was time for the 2nd treatment. My 2nd treatment was yesterday, and I still feel good because my immunity injection did not release in my shoulder yet. So I decided to do the video today when I still feel good and I feel full of energy. And I don't know if you watched my first video, but I shared with you that I will be water fasting, because this is something that I've been doing since I was little. I've been doing it since I was a teenager. And the first time I did 50-something hours of water fast, and this time I wanted to reach to 72 hours. So right now I haven't eaten anything. I'm on hour 65, and tonight by dinner time, I calculated it, I will be 72 hours or 73. So I'm going to cook a very light dinner, and I will start with Bulgarian yogurt, because it's very important how you do your first feeding after a 3-day fast. I'm doing exactly 3-day fast, and I would like my gut to be healthy, so Bulgarian yogurt is my choice for gut food. I will be having probably like, I don't know, 5-10 spoonfuls plain Bulgarian yogurt. And after that, something vegetables. Probably I will cook some cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. I put some chickpeas inside and a little bit of chicken, so I'll take it easy tonight. And tomorrow we will see what I feel like. But definitely, while I'm doing the water fast, I believe that my healthy cells are going to sleep, and poisonous medications that were basically poured into my port. I have a port installed so they don't poke me every time in the veins. So all those medications, they're targeting the breast cancer specifically. And while I'm doing the water fast, I am putting my immune system to sleep, my healthy cells to relax, because there's no food coming up. They don't need to work to get the energy out of the food. There's no food. I am feeding myself right now on ketones because I have some reserve. Thank God I'm not a skinny girl. So all my life I've been running and eating very healthy, but my structure is just not skinny, so I can afford to be on ketosis for a long time, and it doesn't even bother me. Honestly, the first day when I do my water fasts, the first day is the only day when I'm hungry, and then I drink lots of water. Sometimes I drink sugar-free electrolytes because I have low blood pressure, but sometimes not if I feel good. And today is day 3, and I'm trying to get busy at home with projects and with work, so you don't even feel the hunger. So it's working great. I think I also train my bodies because I do it very regularly for a long time. So I train my body. I don't know how you will feel if you're fasting, if you've never fasted before, but it's something that you start little by little. You start with intermittent fasting, usually 16 hours of no food while you're sleeping, and just eat in the middle of the day, usually like 8 hours, or depends on your body, whatever works for you. Everybody's different. Some people can do it little bit, some people can do it for a long time. I believe that I will reach autophagy at after hour 16 and after hour 24 deeper autophagy, and 72 hours of absolute water fast is when I get to the deep cleanse, where my whole body works on ketones. So this is how I probably, I don't know, I'm just guessing, did not have that many side effects. And let's talk about the side effects of the first chemotherapy. So now, honestly, the second one, I was so ready to go and just be done, be over it, because I know what to expect. I know that it shall pass, and the 3rd week I'll feel back to normal. And that gave me hope that all those 6 cycles, 6 chemotherapy infusions are gonna go easier, because everything that they poured poison in my body, it will get clear the first 2 weeks, and I will be back to normal. So it's really nice to know what to expect. Before talking about the side effects, I will share my personal experience about my side effects. I will tell you that I am drinking something. Yes, I'm doing my Bulgarian things. Since I'm Bulgarian, I grew up in Bulgaria, and I've been living in Atlanta, Georgia for 25 years. So, but I grew up in Bulgaria, and I'm drinking tea of nettles. This is called stinging nettle. It's basically a weed that grows in Bulgaria, and it's full of iron. So it's cleansing the blood, and it's usually really good for the body. It's stinging only when it's the raw on the plant, but I have it in my yard, and I put gloves on, I cut it with a scissor, and I dry it out on a dry place on some old newspapers, and for about a week it's all dry, and I make tea. But if you feel like you want to drink it, you can just buy it online. It's called stinging nettle. I'll show you a picture right here. How is it spelled? And you can buy it online. I'm not affiliated with anything, so you can just Google it yourself. Let me take a sip. I personally like it cold better, and after I boil it, my tea or the dry plant, I put the bottle in the fridge, and when I go on my regular walk, I just take the cold bottle from the fridge, and it tastes so good. Yeah, I love how it tastes. So, yep, I've been drinking stinging nettle almost every day tea. What else? Usually, yeah, I talked about the eating, usually cruciferous vegetables and some kind of protein too. I'm trying to stay close to the alkaline diet. I'm not 100% because I do like meat and I feel better when I eat protein. So I've been eating meat, but in general, I am not eating any processed food and I'm not eating any sugar, except one day I had, what did I have? Oh, I had half a cheesecake slice because I don't know, it was week 3 and I felt good and I made an exception. I'm usually a person who does not restrict anything. That's how my brain works. I usually eat 80-20%, 20% unhealthy. I'll like feast with something like pizza or ice cream sometimes. This was before I got sick, of course. But I'm saying that this is how my brain works. If I tell something to my brain, oh, I'm never gonna have a sip of wine, or I'm never gonna have ice cream or anything processed, or like a Starbucks macchiato. I love that so much. This is what I'm gonna be craving all the time. But if I tell myself, yes, you can have it if you want to from time to time, I don't even think about it. And I have it probably once per month, a caramel macchiato or some, I don't know, some healthy kind of ice cream. So I always try to tell myself, you can have anything you want to, but if you know that it's not healthy, that I just don't want it. So that's how I roll. Let's see, what else? The side effects. Yes, the side effects. Everybody is different. Absolutely everybody's body is different. I got used to the idea because at first I was beating myself. Why did it happen to me? I'm so healthy. I'm a runner. And now I accepted the idea that it happened to me, and I'm taking this in my recovery because I think I have less side effects because I'm healthier. The first side effect that I noticed, you can see it now, my cheeks got red. Now they're not that much because I'm day 1 and my immunity shot didn't get released, but that was kind of funny. I didn't expect that. My cheeks got red, like very, very red. So, okay, I can take that. That's okay if my cheeks are red. Absolutely fine. Let's see, what was the second side effects? That was so strange. Yeah, my hair fell down week 3, started falling down little by little, and then we cut it as a bob. And 2 days later, I just couldn't take it anymore. And my amazing fiance, I asked him to take the machine, and he shaved everything, which was very, very, very painful for me because I've always, all my life, had long red hair, and I just love my hair so much. So I cried the whole time. Yes, I made a video which is just for myself, not for showing. 20 minutes of crying, and my poor sweet Tom, he kept saying, okay, let me know when you're ready, let me know. He was so patient with me. He's just absolutely amazing. And I was like, I am ready. Only because I'm crying, it doesn't mean that I'm not ready. Because this is how I express my emotion. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. I don't want to keep it inside of me. With the crying, I am usually a crybaby for everything. So in the crying, I just release all the negativity that I had and all the pain. And he was done in 20 minutes. I recorded a video to have it. When I'm 78 years old, I wanted to know what I went through with pure and honest reaction. So I will save it because I'm planning to live a long time. I'm planning to beat the breast cancer. I'm just sharing my journey, what the treatment was for me. So you can take all the positivity and the things I tried and make your treatment easier too. This is the whole purpose of my YouTube video, because I believe that with positivity and with love and support from your loved ones around you, for your family, your friends, you can overcome everything. This is how I overcome everything. Sometimes you just need a shoulder to cry. You don't need an advice. No, the people that are from your family, they've never been through that. Sometimes they don't even know what to say, but that's okay. But they're still there for me. They are. And that's what makes it absolutely amazing, because sometimes I just need a hug. That's it. Sometimes I just need a blanket because I'm cold. That's it. And I'm very good at telling what do I need. They don't need to make up things that they're wondering what to say. I'm just like, can you please pass me the water bottle? Because I'm drinking alkaline water. Yeah, blankets. Oh, just the regular small things. Tissue box. And that's it. Sometimes I need to be reminded that it's okay to rest. That was the hardest thing to accept, because I'm a very go-getter girl. I don't rest a lot. It's hard for me to rest. I always work. I always take care of everybody. So that's what was Tom doing the most, reminding me that it's okay to rest when I can't move and I don't have energy. He's doing the stuff. My daughter will do the stuff. There's so much things around the house to be done. And guess what? Those things can wait. I can ask for help. I'm blessed with amazing fiance and amazing daughter and absolutely amazing sister and niece and cousins and mother-in-law and aunts and uncles, and my father calls me every day. By the way, that's been one of the hardest thing to convince my 76 years old father that I am okay and I will be okay and I will survive, because he is old. He still lives in Bulgaria, and his father died from colon cancer. His brother died from colon cancer, but that was a long time ago, and that was in Bulgaria when they don't have the medications, when they don't have the advanced technologies. So he thinks that if I'm diagnosed with cancer, I will die like his father did and his brother did. So he's been calling me crying almost every single day, which I completely understand, and I try my best to tell him that everything's gonna be okay. I am in good hands. I have wonderful doctors. So yeah, he's watching him going through this emotional journey. It's been very, very hard. I'm actually feeling so much better than he does. Although I'm going through the side effects, I don't know, it must be the age too, it must be the different cultures, but hey, we are all trying our best. My sister's taking it so much better because she's younger. Although she lives in Bulgaria, she knows that the technology here the medicine is very advanced in America. And I explained to them both that I trust my doctors 100%. They're amazing doctors, my oncologist, my my breast surgeon, everybody that made my scans, everybody was absolutely amazing. If you hear that the American system is not good, don't believe them. Don't believe them. I had the nicest nurses everywhere I go. When I was diagnosed, my breast surgeon doctor, Dr. Shroff from Keystone Hospital, she came, sat next to me, and holded my hands while I was receiving the diagnosis, which was so sweet. So sweet. I don't know, it can get better than that. And she gave me 90% survival rate because she said that this is the most common breast cancer that people get, and there's so much research and they know exactly what to do with the treatment, so I have nothing to worry about. 90% survival rate, oh yeah, I'll take it. And I know that I will be 1,000% because I'm a runner, I'm healthy, I am very careful what I eat, in general, I consider myself as a very healthy person, and I know for sure I will survive. That's why I want to tell you the importance of healthy food, the importance of avoiding chemicals and I don't know, in the, let's say, the antiperspirant. I use only I avoid plastic boxes and I use only glass ones. Glass, my favorite boxes to store food are from Costco. They're glass with the plastic lids that the food doesn't even touch the lid. So once I close them, leftover food in the fridge, take the lid off, put in the microwave. No BPAs going in my food, no plastic. So I've been doing that for a long time because I grew up with almost nothing. We didn't have plastic boxes, and now I know how important it is to store everything in glass. And just in general, I'm a saver, so everything I do, I recycle and I don't use plastic boxes for anything. Even my coffee mugs are all metal, no plastic coffee mugs for me. When I use antiperspirants, I try to use, all my life I try to use the one that are aluminum free. It does make a difference. I absolutely feel like it does make a difference. All right, I'm done with this color. Let's start a new one. Let's see. How about I do this one? Purple. Yeah, I'll do this one purple, and this is going to turn blue when it's cold. Okay, let's see what else I didn't talk about. I want to emphasize on the exercise outside. This is something that's very important. It doesn't even have to be exercise. I heard some studies because every time I go for runs or walks, I listen to podcasts. So I heard some studies that the vitamin D is very, very important when you're sick. It's very important even if you're not sick, but when you're sick and treating any type of cancer, it's very important to go outside and not expose your body, but just take some vitamin D from the sun. So whatever makes you happy, think of your favorite things to do. For example, I love walks around the neighborhood and walks on my local trail. I garden. I planted lots of cucumbers and tomatoes and spices like parsley and basil, carrots, everything that I use in my everyday cooking. Because I grew up with growing all our vegetables, so it's so easy to grow. The hardest thing here in Atlanta is that you have to buy all the soil, but hey, it's worth it. If I'm outside every day watering my plants in the morning and in the evening, it gives me so much pleasure because I'm outside and I'm exposed to the beautiful nature. I get my vitamin D. I hear the birds chirping. I watch the wildlife in my backyard. We have some Canadian geese that just gave birth to 7 baby chicks. So we watch them grow. My gorgeous fiance Tom loves fishing. So he goes fishing and I go on the deck where the lake is in front of us and we just spend quality time. Sometimes I do my embroidery outside. Sometimes I'm painting. Sometimes I do 30 minutes yoga for stretching. And it's been absolutely amazing to be around nature because I think that this has such a positive effect on my treatment, on my body, just to be outside. Do whatever makes you happy. If you like, I don't know, just sitting on the porch to spend quality time with your kids or watch them do their bikes or anything it is, it doesn't matter. Just go outside. Maybe if it's summer, not in the hottest time of the day, go in the morning or usually at the end of the day when the kids come back from school. But do what makes you happy. If you just like to sit down with the neighbor and chat or read a book outside in your favorite chair on the porch, on the lawn, put a blanket, just lay down for 30 minutes or whatever, even if it's 5, it's absolutely okay. Just do what makes you happy. Let's see, what should we paint next? I'm thinking to do black to yellow. I have so many colors, it's hard to choose. Yeah, I'm gonna do black to yellow on the red one. That's why I put my dolly on a white plain paper so I don't have to be careful, and because I taped it on the back. And once it dries completely, I'll transfer it to the canvas when there is no smudges. So I'll just glue it to the canvas with regular glue. And I will show you, just like my last video, how it changes color. With these magic paints, they are going to change when it gets hot and cold. Magic paints are heat sensitive, and usually they are with hand touch, because when I launched them on Amazon, I sent lots of containers on Amazon. I chose only the one that changed by hand touch, but on my website, that is colorchangingdeals.com, I have so many different, I call them thermochromic fabric paints. Thermo means temperature and chroma is color in Latin, so the color changes when exposed to different temperature, and I have different activation temperatures. This is the point when it changes color. So for example, the yellow one and the purple one are cold activated. They have, the yellow one has activation temperature, let's see, 59 degrees, and purple one one, which is going to turn fuchsia pink when it's warmer and dark blue when it's colder, has activation temperature 64 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 18 degrees Celsius, because I have customers from Europe too who use Celsius. So yeah, my magic paints are so versatile and kids love them. Not only kids, I have people who are owners, business owners, and who make, for example, color changing baseball bats, and they paint it with my magic paints, and once you touch it with the hand to throw the ball, you can see your handprint. From the heat of your hands, it's changing color. I have, what else? I have lots of science teachers who use my products to show the kids and teach them about thermochromism. That's the process when it changes color with the temperature. Some people call it heat sensitive paint. Some people call it color shifting paints. Some people call it thermochromic paints. And on Amazon, I decided to call them magic paints because it's easier, because they change color as like magic. But enough with my business. Let's get back to my cancer treatment. My infusion, chemotherapy infusion, was yesterday, and now I feel absolutely amazing. My taste didn't change yet. I'm expecting to hit me on day 3 or 4 as last time, and my doctor said that it's not gonna get worse with every treatment, because every time I basically pass the drugs, the poisonous drugs that are infused in my body to target the tumor. So the first 2 weeks I pass them with my urine and the sweat, and I don't know, just the body passes them through. And that's why the 3rd week I felt absolutely amazing, and I was able to eat normal and move normal and do regular activities. Just the first 2 weeks was kind of bad. As always, I would like to remind that this is the first stage of the breast cancer treatment, because the 2nd stage is going to be the real painful one, the mastectomy. I will have a double mastectomy because that's what my insurance is covering, and my surgeon recommended double mastectomy because I have very dense breast, and I believe that this is the reason why they didn't diagnose me earlier, because last September, I was diagnosed on my birthday, March 17. I'm a St. Patrick's Day girl, born lucky. March 17 is my birthday, and that's when I was diagnosed with the breast cancer, unfortunately, but that's okay. But last September, I had a normal mammogram, which was so weird because my diagnosis is stage 3, and I believe that I was not diagnosed on the last mammogram because of the breast being very dense, and that's the reason my surgeon recommends double mastectomy, because if they can see the cancer in the mammogram, then it's gonna get too late. And if I have mastectomy only on the left breast where the cancer is, in a few years it may show up in the other breast, and they may not, it could be a different type of cancer. They may not see it because the breasts are so dense. So I'm actually very happy that my doctor recommended double mastectomy, and she said that the insurance is going to cover it, since she has a reason to recommend me that. So that's the plan. After the 6 cycles of chemotherapy, which are going every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks I have a chemotherapy infusion. After the 6 cycles, I will have 1 month break, and I will go through the exact same scans that they did for me before starting the chemotherapy to see how much the tumor basically shrank, or I'm hoping she will say disappear. You never know. I told you in my first video that I'm planning to be a miracle with all the things I do, with the water fasting during treatment, and with my Bulgarian yogurt, eating for the gut, and my stinging nettle water. Yes, I am planning to be a miracle, so I'm hoping that it will shrink. But she said that even if it shrinks completely, they will most likely still do the mastectomy, because the cancer cells could be really, really small, and they cannot be visible on the CT scan and on the breast MRI. So they don't want to take the chance to just do chemotherapy. They will do the mastectomy to make sure that I'm cancer free, and they see everything. So I trust the doctors completely. If it shrinks, it's gonna be easier, but if it doesn't shrink completely, well, the breasts are gonna be cut out, and I will have reconstructive surgery. So this is going to be the hardest part of my treatment, because I'll have tubes sticking out and draining, and yeah, that's probably, I'm not going to be able to work absolutely zero, because how do you work when you're recovering from a surgery? I'll be probably glued to a chair, recliner, and just, I don't know. We'll see. When I get there, I will let you know. You never know. Most likely, I'm mentally, I'm trying to get prepared for the fact that I will not be able to function well, and it will be harder recovery than the chemotherapy. We will see when I get there what's going to happen. So I'm actually going to make the video not very long. I am going to finish the last one with blue to violet and green to yellow. I'll do it off camera, and I will come back just to show you how it changes color after it's done, because I'm done with all my side effects and my updates on my chemotherapy, and I don't want to make this video very long. So see you in a second after I finish my painting. As I promised you to show you my dolly when it's ready, unfortunately today is the day when I have zero energy to put a wig on. So you are going to see the raw chemotherapy, the most honest treatment, how a person feels after chemotherapy. I have no energy to put a wig on or makeup, nothing, but just wanted to show you how my dolly will change color, because I painted it with my magic paint. They're heat sensitive and they change color with the temperature. Indoor is very comfortable, around probably 70 degrees, so that's why right now it's the dark variation. It changes with hands, but I will show you for faster with my heat gun, because I want to make the video very fast. Ready? Any type of heat changing the color, and any type of coat is gonna change it back to the coat variation. You can see that I used red to yellow, blue to violet, green to yellow, black to yellow. I think my brain right now is very, very fogged and I can't even think. But anyway, you can see my red cheeks. You can see my falling hair. You can see the struggle on my face. Today is gonna be the day where I just probably stay in bed and relax and rest. Last night I was not able to eat anything because the taste buds were absolutely metallic and nothing tasted good. All I wanted to do is cuddle on the couch and lay down, but hopefully this will pass and I will beat the breast cancer. I hope I can give you some positivity and I can let you know that after every single bad moment that you feel bad, good moments will come and you will overcome everything that comes your way. So this is the reason of my videos. I just wanted to share my personal experience with beating the breast cancer, and I want to give you hope, and I will see you next time on my next video to let you know how my chemotherapy is going. But don't forget, never lose hope.